I'm Spider-Man climbing the walls. I leap over lava, then crash into a pit of balls. Now it's a pirate's chest. I'm gonna smash it all. The Hulk of the Midwest. In our imaginations, we're in a world of our creation.
They're actually climbing the walls. I'm squeezing into sweatpants and writing on video calls. Mom, can you judge our burping contest? Mom's working. Did you hear that, Paul?
Yeah, they want you to judge their burping contest.
Great, but in my imagination, no school again tomorrow. I'm on an island vacation. Haven't had a second to myself since the fall.
I'm gonna wreck this Jenga game like it's Crossroads Mall.
I love these little maniacs.
And we love mayhem,
But I know a place where we can escape. It's the
Omaha Children's Museum. Yeah! We gave this year our all.
can finally see to the other side, and we're standing tall.
'Cause we did our very best.
We're having a ball.
Don't think we've had so much fun in forever. In our imaginations, we're in a world of our creation. I love the science shows, can't wait to see them.
Empty nesters can't wait to be 'em.
I have a healthy release in my search for inner peace.
They need to escape, and I can't wait to free them.
At the Omaha Children's Museum.
Welcome to Omaha Children's Museum's For the Kids benefit. Here's your host, Ben Beck.
And with that opening song from Tara Vaughn and Billy McGuigan, we are off to the races to raise money for the kids. Oh, good boy, Trigger. And the bidding is now open. Text OCM to 243-725. And now, let me introduce our honorary chairs, the Hoke family.
I'm Harry Hoke, and this is my wife, Janie. Seated to my left is my son-in-law, Tyler, and his wife, and my daughter, Melissa. To my right is my son, Michael, and my daughter-in-law, and Michael's wife, Megan. Doing this here with the Children's Museum, it's fun because of our grandchildren. I think it's a general feeling that it's nice to be able to give back to things you believe in. Watching our grandchildren and other kids that are here at the same time enjoy the museum, and it's a way to let their imaginations run wild and learn. And they can do things here with their friends, meet new friends when they're playing. It's just a great atmosphere, and as you see other communities develop children's museums, it must be something that's being done right here in Omaha.
The one thing that I think is so unique about the Children's Museum as a place to bring your kids in Omaha is that it's constantly changing with the new exhibits. And so it keeps it fresh and interesting, and there's always something new for the kids to explore and learn about. And I really appreciate that.
Please join us in supporting the Omaha Children's Museum.
Coming May 1st to OCM TV. An epic crew of generous hearts give of their time, talents, and resources to help Omaha kids reach for the stars and save the museum, providing fun and smarts that are off the charts. Who are these heroes of boundless generosity? They are the donators. You too can be a part of the greatest nation in the world, Donation. Text OCM to 243725 to save the day.
It's Ben again on the old Iron Horse. Exciting news, every donation up to $35,000 will be generously matched by Susan and Mike Labens and the Hyder Family Foundation. And now, a word from our board president, Sherman Willis.
So I'm a father of 3, so I have a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4-year-old. They want to come here all the time. In fact, usually when we leave, the first thing I'm asked as we're driving home is, when are we next going to go back to the Children's Museum? And that comes up darn near weekly. So that is, I mean, it's foundational. The museum is open. It's a safe place, it's a welcoming place, and everyone respects each other. So we actually opened up back in August. And I think that was one of the smarter decisions we made as a board, to close down, evaluate where we were, and then get back right into it as early and as safe as we could. Access is important no matter what format you look at, whether it be physical access to the museum, whether it be folks who might have learning difficulties, hearing difficulties. We want to make sure that we are accommodating, supporting everyone. We don't want anyone to feel excluded. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is just reflective of our community. And our museum is committed, starting at the board level, to make sure that this entire organization, whether it be the board, staff, the volunteers, the supporters, truly reflect and support the community we serve. It's a full community effort. And so therefore, we want to make sure that everyone feels like they're getting their value add. We continuously ask for the community support in order to keep this thing going. 45 years is a long time for a children's museum to grow and thrive, and we want to be here for another 45 years. So we need everyone's help. We need everyone on deck all the time, continuously engaging with this organization.
Everyone, this is Ben again, and I am here in my favorite place in the museum. I am in the Tinker Space. Also, I'm really excited because I have a very special person with me. He's worked at the museum before several times. Mario, the Maker Magician. What's up, Mario?
Quiet on the set! Ben! Oh, it's so good to see you!
You are a Maker Magician, and actually, I'm a tinkerer, and I know that magicians are really well known for having their own hats. So I actually tinkered my own hat out of cardboard right over here, in case I need anything special like Band-Aids or a pencil, sandpaper. I even have ducks. Mario, do you like rabbits?
Yes!
I thought you did. So I have ducks. I'm sick of all my ducks, so I'll just take my duck and I'll turn it into a rabbit just like that.
Cardboard is one of those things. The more you use it, it's amazing what you can create. This is a cardboard kit I made called the Chomper Bot, and it actually does magic. So could you help me out with one trick? Is that okay?
You gotta show me.
Pizza, ice cream, and cupcake. Which one do you want in your mind?
I'm gonna listen to my heart. I'm gonna say ice cream.
You didn't say the pizza, and that's okay, because I knew it. There's nothing on the back here. You didn't say the cupcake. There's nothing on the back here. I knew you were gonna pick ice cream. You know why? Because it's this one. I put this one on there.
What?
I'm gonna make the Chomper Bot eat the ice cream. Yes, a drawing. Whoa! He is chopping. You didn't say pizza. You didn't say cupcake. You said ice cream, this one, and it's the only one that has a bite right through it.
Dude!
And guess what? We have a brand new segment that is completely custom made for you guys that we call What If Kids Ruled the Museum. Check this out. Can we get Brinley on the line? Is Brinley here?
Yes.
Who said that?
I did.
Jax and Sophia! Where's Everly? Please, quiet downstairs. We got a special guest, Brinley. Do I need to get the trumpet horn? Here. Quiet downstairs. Good. I have a couple questions. We need some answers. Are you ready to answer a question? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Question number 1. What would you do if you ruled the museum?
Discover stuff. I would play with all the children.
What would you do? Would you play with all the toys at the museum if you were in charge?
Yes.
Did you know that Einstein once a week would go to a toy store just to play? Because from playing, you use your imagination. Next question. What do you think happens at the museum at night? I don't know. I think the exhibits start shaking, and then all of a sudden, they come to life. They jump out into the hallways, into the rooms, and they start dancing and partying, disco balls flashing, eating every single candy and ice cream you could imagine. I don't know. What do you guys think happens at night when the museum is closed?
Everything becomes dark. Nobody's here. It closes. I don't know.
Maybe Ben is in there with big machines trying to make all kinds of stuff. What is your favorite thing to do at the Omaha Children's Museum?
I like to go on the carousel. I like to ride on the train. I like going on a real train. The ball one. I just like the whole museum.
Amazing. Are there anything in the museum that you've learned? It's like, hey, I didn't know that. That was at the museum. And I'm like, what?
When I was little, I didn't know that cows were on farms. Pigs like to eat seeds.
Did you know that the museum is gonna be 45 years old? 45! Can you do your fingers like this, like a 4? And then another fingers like this, like a 5? What do you think we should do for the museum for their birthday party?
Make a big cake for him.
That's a great idea. What do you think, Jax? What should we do for the wonderful museum?
Add a new ride.
What? We're gonna have to tell the staff and the faculty. That's a great idea.
Thanks, Mario. Let me shine a light on one of our amazing auction packages donated by Creighton Athletics. It includes season tickets for 2, a signed basketball, 6 sweet tickets, and lots of extra swag. Don't forget, bidding closes at 9:00 p.m. Here now is a former member who grew up visiting our museum, poet and spoken word artist Nicole Ramsey.
Hi, I'm Nicole Ramsey, spoken word artist and author of Calling in Black. I was born and raised in Omaha and have so many wonderful memories of the Omaha Children's Museum, building my imagination and encouraging my education. Your donation can do the same for future generations, creating lifelong learners and explorers. I have written a piece today dedicated to the parents and children that play and learn at the museum every day, and I hope you enjoy. At the breakfast table, my parents always told me that I could be anything. And as we set out to the museum, I became a cartographer, navigating lefts from rights and procuring the perfect parking spot. As we walked past sculptures, I became an acrobat, an Olympic sprinter down the hall, a veterinarian when I asked the woman at reception about the pictures of dogs at her desk. My imagination only grew as we rounded the corner to see what the museum had in store for me. I started the day as an astronaut soaring above the stars in a connector block spaceship, used colorful construction cones as a firefighter's hose, picked corn as a farmer, and macaroni necklaces taught me that I could be in fashion or maybe a 5-star chef. In those halls, I dressed myself as a movie actress, a doctor, and a TV anchor, reported the daily news, and declared that I would become the first meteorologist afraid of thunder. I became a storyteller, a friend. When others needed help, I became a teacher. I became brave and confident in myself. In those walls, I became anything I set my mind to. And I was always home by lunch. Thank you so much for your support of the Omaha Children's Museum.
Welcome back. I'm going to take a moment to acknowledge our dedicated volunteers, the Rainbow Connectors Guild. Special thanks to our event chairs, Gina Bartlett, Kate Knowles, Colette Seiner, and Emily Young. Remember, keep those bids and donations coming. Right now, I'd like to introduce you to one of our star program presenters, Dan Chevalier. Hey, Dan, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you, Ben?
Good. Tell me, what does a program presenter do?
Well, a programmer does anything around the museum as far as steam cart shows about space, or even our amazing bubble show, or even in our most recent exhibit where we did a bug show.
Bug show. Is that why I have these bugs on my hand?
That's right.
So what are these, cockroaches?
Yep. These are from the island country of Madagascar, known as Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Hissing? Why are they hissing?
Well, they can hiss if they're feeling a little grumpy, or even if they're trying to attract a mate.
Mate?
Uh-huh.
Why are you holding these things?
Oh, no one ever holds those.
Tell you what, before we get too many other creepy crawlers around here, let's go visit Omaha's own Jeff Katurba for a special 45th anniversary surprise. Don't look at me like that. Wasn't that terrific? With us now is the artist, Jeff Katurba.
Hey, everybody. All right, Ben, stand still.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jeff, tell them about the special thank you gift.
Oh, yes, of course. So, you know, I had such a blast making this cartoon that I'm happy to sign 50 copies of this print to anyone who donates $100 or more during this broadcast. So please donate now.
This might be a good time to hear from our executive director, Lindy Hoyer.
Well, thanks, Ben. As you know, this is our 45th year of operation in the Omaha community. Omaha Children's Museum began through very humble roots in the back of a station wagon, delivering programs all over this community, and has established itself today to being one of the most visited museums in the state of Nebraska. we're very, very proud and excited because we are able to support children's natural development through play and exploration. The very essence of the mission of Omaha Children's Museum is to engage the imagination and create excitement about learning. When children are engaged in imaginative play freely without the fear of failure, they are experiencing a positive ability to grow and develop naturally. In the summer, when parents desperately needed the respite from helping and supporting their children learning at home, we held the safest possible in-person camps to allow children an opportunity to come to the museum, experience the camp, use the entire museum as their learning, and parents got a chance to have a cup of coffee and breathe. In August, as we faced reopening the museum to the public, things like social distancing, sanitizing our exhibits, and wearing masks became critical components to our plan to reopen. As a parent, I saw directly the effects that a place like Omaha Children's Museum can have on a child. Watching my son Mark grow up and follow his passions became about dancing and movement and acting out the stories of his life. And now as he prepares to enter college, he's a confident kid with a direction set, and that only happened because he had multiple times to have access to the Omaha Children's Museum. And with your support, we can continue to meet the rising demand of our families who are trusting us to be their place where their children can come and freely interact with others in a place that is designed especially for them.
A quick reminder that our online auction packages are open for bidding until 9 p.m., including a private in-home sushi party for 10 people with a personal chef from Blue Sushi. 2020 was certainly a challenging year for many of us. When we reopened in August, we were thrilled to welcome families through our doors, providing them with a safe and engaging experience. To share more about the impact Omaha Children's Museum has on young children, here are Dr. Ann Carabon and Dr. Nichelle Horton-Brown.
Much of our world in the last year has been behind or in front of a screen. Same thing for children as well. And we want to provide them with opportunities now to really emerge and come out of the pandemic with new, fresh skills.
In my own experience, I have two that are being homeschooled and one that is remote learning. It is a different mindset to learn at home than at school. You're stationary and you have to be focused and engaged at all times when you're working with a Zoom or virtual learning. As opposed to here, you can be free and run and play and jump and be active, and that's what kids are accustomed to, and that's what we want for them.
When children are playing, they're learning so many things, and it's not just cognition. They're learning how to use their bodies within space, so their gross motor and their fine motor development. Even when they're picking up small items, all of that helps them for future development of holding onto pencils, different writing utensils, computers and typing skills are being developed with those fine motor muscles. They're also developing social emotional skills like self-regulation and executive functioning. So learning how to interact with one another and knowing what their limits are. Children are also able to take risks in their play, and often us adults try to hold them back, and yet they are much more capable than we give them credit for.
The Children's Museum is important to children as they are growing up because it allows them to be able to explore, to be able to be creative, to think outside the box, to look into the box and see, how does this thing work?
Museums offer memorable, immersive, inquiry-based experiences for children to draw on their natural curiosities and creativity.
As a pediatrician, I'm a germaphobe, and so to know that all these other kids are touching the balls, that makes me a little bit nervous. But The Children's Museum has put in place a new HEPA filtration system that cleans the balls as they are going through, and that is amazing to me.
Omaha Children's Museum has much more to offer than just that one end-of-the-year field trip. It is my goal to bring my undergraduates, those pre-service teachers, to the museum to really understand where the STEM concepts are embedded within the exhibits.
As a board member, I feel excited about being in this place. And I'm really thrilled that the staff and the organization as a whole has really taken the pandemic, the challenge of the pandemic, and run with it and made this place even better.
Play offers children the opportunity to express themselves, work through their emotions, collaborate, problem solve, and truly just have fun.
The long-term impact is tremendous. You know, if you think of your brain as a flower, having a place like this just allows it to bloom.
Hey everybody, it's Ben back in the Tinker Studio, my favorite place, and I'm here again with Mario. How's it going, Mario?
What's up, Ben? I love that Tinker Studio, man. I could hang out there all the time.
That's what I do. I hang out here all the time. Check out my wooden arm. It's this giant wooden arm that is made out of blocks of wood that it can wave to you. I've got my super duper power arm. I mean, I almost look like an action hero.
That's amazing!
Thank you. Well, you have to have some stuff too. Do you have more things to show me?
Right inside of this crazy hat is my robot 3D printed programmed rabbit.
That's not just a regular rabbit. His eyes are moving around. He's doing that kind of shuffly thing. That's the coolest thing in the world.
Thanks.
I think it's so cool that you made that yourself too, that you didn't have to go to a store or anything and buy that you were able to put that together on your own. That's the coolest.
That's what I live for, because when you make something, you understand something, and when you understand something, it gives you freedom.
Well, I was wondering, Mario, can I see some more of your chats that you had with the kids in the museum?
Yes, you gotta check this clip out. We had a lot of fun.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on!
Are they here yet? Wait a second, I need to find Lydia, Xavier, and Juliet. This is terrible. Where are they? Let me see your best funny face right now. What is it that you think that you'd like to be when you grow up?
An architect.
Whoa. Why an architect?
Because I like building stuff. I play with a lot of Legos.
What do you think of the Tinker Studio with all the building materials?
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
And why is that?
Because I just do.
That's a perfect answer. Juliet, what do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor and a mom and a nurse and... How about this? She wants to be everything.
What would you do if you ruled the museum?
Keep it the same way.
Keep it the same way. That's a good answer.
Fill it up with stuffed animals.
Stuffed animals! Are museums important?
Yes.
Why are museums important? Can you help me understand why is it important to have museums? Especially the Omaha Children's Museum. Why? Why is it important?
Because you can learn about things that were discovered really long time ago.
Do you guys think you can learn from playing?
Yes.
Why do you think playing is important?
When you're like babysitting or you have kids, then they wouldn't know how to play because you've never played before.
What important lesson do you think adults can learn from kids?
You have to play more often.
There's no answer more perfect than that, Brinley.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Mario.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Mario.
On a serious note, please donate to the Omaha Children's Museum. I have kids of my own. When we travel and we go on tour and we make that stop and we perform to there, my kids loved every single moment. It's what makes people get inspired when you're physically at places that scream inspiration in every direction. Every single penny counts. Speaking of donating, check out the Mario the Maker Magician item in the auction. We have a signed copy of the Maker Magician's Handbook, an epic backpack with custom robots from the Mario the Maker Magician show, and a free Zoom experience for your next kids event. Thank you all so much. I hope to see you all in person soon.
Thank you again to our honorary chairs, Janie and Harry Hoke Jr., Melissa and Tyler Laughlin, and Megan and Michael Hoke, as well as to our event chairs and all of the Rainbow Connectors Guild. We'd also like to thank our wonderful sponsors this evening. We are grateful for your support. A last reminder, bidding is open until 9 p.m. and all donations up to $35,000 will be matched this evening. I'd also like to make one special thank you to tonight's director and producer, Mr. Pat Hazel.
Thank you, Ben. Hey, it's been a pleasure to be here and part of your gala. I've had a long relationship with the Children's Museum, and one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid was to cut snowflakes out of white paper, construction paper, with snub-nosed little scissors and so forth. So I thought we might close out tonight with a little bit of that kind of magic. I want to thank you all and encourage you to continue to make your bids through 9 p.m. and do donations all the way up till midnight. They'll accept any kind of donation through midnight. We're going to run some credits of all the amazing people that helped us work on the show tonight. But your donations will help impact our future leaders, creators, and innovators, not just in Omaha, but around the world. So here we go. Let's take a look at our snowflakes. Okay. All right.
All right, let's see what we got here.
I'm not doing too bad. Okay. And then a little bit of Omaha Children's Museum magic. And here we go. All right. Watch this.
What?
Hey. All right. Enjoy the donation dance here at the end.
Thank you for supporting the Omaha Children's Museum's For the Kids benefit. You can make bids until 9 p.m. Central and donations up until midnight.
Well, on behalf of our board of directors, our senior leadership team, and all the staff at the Omaha Children's Museum, thank you for taking time out of your schedules to support this benefit. It is crucial that we continuously receive your support, and thank you again for everything you do to take the museum to the next level.